Hey Team Empower, Jen wanted me to make a video on the Total Money Makeover from Dave Ramsey. And just to let you know how I got started and kind of what it's done for us, a little bit about the program. A friend of mine introduced me to it because she's also a fellow pipeliner. So she understood the expenses it took. You make money, but you also are spending money because we had to pay a house payment. We also have to pay a rent payment with our camper wherever we stay. We pay $300 to $400 a month plus electric, plus the gas. It just gets crazy, ridiculously expensive. But we're paying electric in our home, and we also are paying electric in our camper. We pay groceries in our camper. We also pay groceries for the home on the weekends. So it got crazy expensive, and gas, and I can't say we were always worried about money, but we never exactly knew where every penny went. We knew we didn't crazy indulge, and we didn't buy. I'm not a big spender. I don't buy a lot of things. I don't buy a lot of things for the kids. But just like Eric, my husband, would not eat breakfast at home, and he would stop at McDonald's every morning or wherever he went, and he would get a pop, a Mountain Dew, a bag of chips, whatever, $2 to $3 a day, 5-6 days a week. Really adds up, but we didn't see that. We saw he made a paycheck, we put it in the bank, and if we had money, we spent it. With the Dave Ramsey plan, it taught us exactly what to do with every penny, and it was like a light bulb. Once we got started, we felt so stupid. We're like, why did we not do this to begin with? It's the smartest thing ever, and it works. It truly works. Not bragging by any means whatsoever, because people have a lot better stories than we do. People pay off a lot of debt in a year, 2 years, 3 years, but in 1 year alone, me, a stay-at-home mom, my husband working pipeline, doing the Dave Ramsey plan and sticking to it pretty good, we've paid off nearly $12,000 in debt. And I'm not saying that to brag or boast or say that we're better than anybody else, because we are by far no means. But we have a lot of expenses, and it taught us in our marriage we valued each other a lot more. We didn't fight about money. I knew exactly what was in the bank. He knew exactly what was in the bank. He knew what bills went out every single week. He gets paid every Friday. So we sat down every Friday. He would cash his check. He did not deposit his check. He cashed his check every Friday. We sit down every Friday evening. We still do this. Lay out all the money. We take out all the bills we have going that week. We take that, put it in an envelope. I go Saturday morning to the bank. I deposit only enough for that. Sometimes an extra $100, depending if I have to get gas and we know I'm going somewhere. I'll put an extra money in there. The rest of the money we put in envelopes. We don't have like a structured envelope system right now. Since he's working, we have more envelopes, but when he's laid off in the winter, we cut out like date nights or eating out because we know we're going to be home and we don't need that money. But we have an envelope for groceries. No matter what, I do not skimp on groceries because, as we know, eating healthy saves a lot of money. If we're eating better, nobody's getting sick and running to the doctor all the time. But I have an envelope for groceries. We have an envelope for gas. My daughter, Isabella, who is 4, gets, I wouldn't say like an allowance. We pay towards her envelope every week. Presley, our 1-year-old, we pay towards her envelope. We have a date night, like party, fun time, eating out envelope. If we have extra and we know it's not a problem, we put in that envelope, but we don't always do that. It's just if we know we don't have a lot of bills coming out, we can do that. But doing that system has truly changed our marriage. We are on a different level because nobody worries about money. When he's laid off, we have money saved up. But just to give you an example, how much in need we were of this program, the day that we started, we said we were going to do it by the book, and from the very get-go it says to get your emergency fund set up. It recommends $1,000. You can do $200. If that's what you need, that's what you need. We did $1,000. As soon as we got our $1,000 saved up, within days, my husband's truck blew up. And I mean days, like 4 days after we got it set up. He had to go and rebuild his whole truck. Every single bit of that money, plus more, was taken out and wiped us dry. But had we not been saving, we would have had to have taken a loan out for that. And we didn't have to worry about it because we had it saved. Now when he gets laid off in the winter, we have an envelope that we live off of for groceries, for gas, doctor bills. We are prepared for when winter comes, versus any other year we have a Cabela's credit card we use for groceries and for gas, which is awful because the interest on that is what we're paying. It's crazy. But with this alone, we've paid off a lot of debt. And once you get all of your budget stuff set up, the first thing you do is your emergency fund. Then you start paying on your smallest bill, whatever your smallest bill is. Once you get that bill paid off, if you have a bill for $60 a month for whatever reason, once you get that bill paid off, you don't take that $60 and put it into savings. You take that $60, and that's why it's called the snowball effect. You'll read it in the book. You take that $60 and pay towards your next smallest bill. So instead of paying $120 on a car payment, you're going to pay $120 plus $60, so you pay it off faster. That's why it works, and it's like a genius idea. Hello, I wish we would have all done this years ago. But it's also, I wouldn't say it's like faith-based or God-based, but it is a system that brought us closer together in our marriage, and we're, I would say, a lot more stable now. Not because of our money situation was crazy before, but it just taught us how to be a married couple. He spent his money, I spent mine. But now we have envelopes. If I want a pair of shoes or a shirt, I don't have to say, hey, honey, do we have money in the bank? I know if I have it in my envelope, I don't have to ask. That's my money. I'm going to spend it how I want. I don't spend it on the kids. You don't go and spend it on backpacks. That's your money. So stay with that, because it is something you earned. It's something you saved. It's yours. But I just want to say that it is something that's doable. I don't want you guys to stress out and think, there's no way this is possible. It is possible. Just stick with it. If you get paid every week, do a budget every week. If you get paid every 2 weeks, do a budget bi-weekly. It works. But if you guys have questions, if there's anything that I didn't cover, by any means, feel free to private message me. But I'm also learning. We did this together in the camper. We read it and did it our own way. So I'm anxious to see what the group does and different ways that anybody else budgets or tips on saving on groceries. I'm all about that, because I've not found a way to save on groceries. I don't skimp on my groceries. So we go every week, and I have a weekly budget, but there's some weeks we go over because meat's expensive and fruits and veggies are expensive. But I'm excited for the group, and I just want to let you guys know, by any means, feel free to message me, but I'm not a pro. We've done it for 1 year, and we paid off a lot of debt, and we just actually went to the bank to get property, our dream property we never thought we'd ever get. And we're waiting for the loan to go through so we can finally start building our house. So that's our plan. So I just want to say good luck, everybody, and feel free to message me if you need me. I hope it helped, Jen.